Season 2, Episode 2, The Rapist is Winter takes a dark and intense turn, revealing shocking truths and multiple victims caught in a terrifying ordeal. Stay tuned as we break down the most chilling moments and what they mean for the story ahead. First, Elizabeth is assaulted by a wolf, which has previously slaughtered all of the Duttons' hens. She is bitten on the leg, and Kara is concerned about rabies, so they summon the doctor, who must remain overnight at the Dutton ranch due to a blizzard. Who died in 1923, Season 2, Episode 2. Later, the wolf enters the house and kills the doctor's helper, who is asleep on the couch. As the episode ends, Kara is facing off against the wolf with her shotgun in hand, and we hear the wolf snarl and rush at her. But we don't see who wins. Who is stuck in the blizzard in 1923, Season 2, Episode 2? Jacob Dutton, Jack Dutton, and other ranch hands are in Bozeman as the episode begins, allowing Jacob and Sheriff McDowell to talk with the judge presiding over Zane's case. He and his wife are in legal difficulty since she is Asian and it is unlawful for them to marry. And when Jacob offers to the judge that they all be released into his custody, the judge says Zane's wife must still divulge the identity of the priest who married them. However, Jacob is playing hardball, and when he discovers a bottle of illegal spirits on the judge's desk, the sheriff threatens him with jail, resulting in their release. But they're still not out of the woods, literally. They decide to return to the ranch despite the blizzard, thinking it is unsafe in town, but the snow is so bad that they have to leave the trail, go into the trees, tip over their wagon so they can all take shelter underneath it, and let the horses loose to find lower ground so they do not freeze to death. As the episode concludes, they are caught in the raging storm, with no clear means to get home. Does Spencer Dutton return home in 1923 Season 2, Episode 2? No, but he comes closer, albeit at a significant danger to himself. After arriving in Galveston, he meets the family of Luca, the man he saved on the ship, and while they are thankful, it turns out they are gangsters, and Spencer ends up running afoul of them and receiving a brutal beating. Luca's cousin pressures Spencer into service, promising him a truck to drive all the way home, but only if he takes illegal liquor from Galveston to Fort Worth, a job so perilous that he offers him money to deal with cops who can be bought, and a pistol for those who can't. Does Alexandra make it to America in 1923 Season 2, Episode 2? No, but she's on her way, albeit under very terrible conditions. Alexandra is shown in the hold of a ship with a large number of other passengers, all crammed into tiny bunks and clinging to them for dear life, as they are tossed about by a tremendous storm. In a voiceover, we hear a letter she wrote to Spencer, assuring him that the notion of reconnecting with him and having their kid is all that keeps her going. What happens to Donald Whitfield in 1923 Season 2, Episode 2? Donald Whitfield begins the episode with Banner Creighton driving in the snow, spotting some skiers on the slopes near the Duttons' property. He's never seen skiing before, and as soon as it's described to him, he devises a strategy to monetize it, which, of course, gives him even more incentive to want the Duttons' land. Later, Creighton tells Clyde, a Dutton spy, that Whitfield is the only man who has ever terrified him because he sees through us, sees the greed in our hearts. What happens to Tiona in 1923, Season 2, Episode 2? Tiona Rainwater is still hiding away with her father and Pete as they try to avoid Father Renault and Marshall Kent. Once again in this episode, we discover that, while Father Renault is not a decent guy by any standard, he is genuinely bothered by the Marshals' casual violence to anyone and everyone who gets in their way. And one wonders whether a clash is forming between them. Thank you for watching.